Welcome to New Life Live with host and founder of New Life Ministries, Stephen Arterburn. New Life Live is dedicated to transforming lives one at a time, thanks to the giving hearts of you, our listeners. Our goal is to provide you with wisdom from God's Word to give you hope and help in life's hardest places. If you have a question you'd like to ask today, our phone lines are open. Call 1-800-229-3000. That number again is 1-800-229-3000. Now here's Steve.
Welcome to New Life Live. Glad you're here. Here's the phone number if you'd like a little help with whatever in the world you're going through. 1-800-229-3000. Now, it's not just me here. I'm really glad to be here, but Dr. Jill Hubbard is with us today. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Steve.
And Becky Brown is also on the line. Hi, Becky.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Becky.
I saw Becky at our intensive this past weekend where we were helping couples. And Becky, I thought it might, I don't know, I think it might have been the best one we've ever done. I think it was. Not
I
sure.
think you might be right. It's always amazing to see the transformation of the couples from Friday to Sunday. And to see how they come in, they're not really quite sure what's going to be happening and, how we do what we do. And then it happens. Yes, exactly. And I had a group this weekend too, Steve.
Oh, you did? Well,
Yeah,
and
you
I
did.
told you guys it needed to be the best because I had people going and I can't wait to hear. I'm dying for them to come in and tell me.
Well, let me read you one of the, we do an evaluation and we value those evaluations and what we can do better. But at the end, we asked them to, what are you thinking, feeling? And listen to this. Here's one. I'm a physician, and I saw and experienced an emergency situation in my life as a doctor, which is bringing life back to a person who suffered cardiac arrest. My marriage life is like a cardiac arrest. New life, there you go. New Life.
They're great. New Life is great.
Ministry.
You just feel
New Life Ministries.
Make up the rest,
It
yeah.
is effective. It's full of grace, love, faith, hope, healing, connection, and redemptive works of God in a dead situation. Now my heart is beating and still fragile. New Life Ministry continues to infuse life, newness, compassion, relationship, legacy, and provisions for God's forgiveness and complete and absolute forgiveness. God sees me and my wife and our whole family, and I can see myself and my beautiful wife and lovely daughters. As a physician, the greatest gift I can give a person is bringing them back to life after cardiac arrest and see them fully recover with a future for life. As a husband, bringing life back through this ministry is such a great gift that we received now and tomorrow. I am grateful that you put back to life the love and the nurture that my wife and I have been looking for so long. Pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Painful reading, but really good message.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to read.
but his message was really good and
Yeah.
worth it, Steve.
Yeah. I just sat down. Next time I'll read it.
No,
before I
it's
read it.
okay.
Well, I was just going to say, the change that people experience in just a 48-hour period of time is something that they've been really working on and not getting for however long. I had a couple in my group that have been married 40 years, and they had new insights, not because I'm a great therapist, but because of the whole weekend. The process of going through stuff with other people it's just life-changing.
It really is. All right. Well, you could be part of the next one in July. Call us 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Join us for the program, 1-800-229-3000. Love to talk to you.
I'm 433 pounds.
How long have you weighed that much?
I've probably been over 300 at least 15, 20 years.
Does this sound like your story? It doesn't have to. The weight we carry on the outside is often a result of the burdens we carry on the inside. If you want to reduce your inner burden, New Life's Lose It for Life Extensive can help. The Extensive features a one-day Zoom session presented by Steve Arterburn on Saturday, March 19th, plus 5 weeks of aftercare that include a weekly group session led by your credentialed New Life Network counselor, 5 on-demand training sessions from Steve Arterburn and fitness expert Michelle Spadafora, 3 30-minute private coaching sessions from a nutrition and fitness coach, the Lose It for Life book and workbook, and exercise gear to allow you to start a home fitness routine you'll actually enjoy. If you're finally ready to stop going from diet to diet and begin a comprehensive plan that addresses the psychological, emotional, and spiritual aspects of a healthy life, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. To find out more information about New Life or to order any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Now back to New Life Live.
We're back. Steve Arterburn here. 1-800-229-3000. That is the number. 1-800-229-3000. And just so, well, one of the evaluations, I won't read it, but they said this. They said this. They have been, you think of a marriage conference, and they wrote it down. We've been to that. We've been to that. Mm-hmm. They've been to secular ones of the greatest marriage conference people. They said nothing helped us like this. I mean, it's just so fulfilling to be part of it, and you can do it. And, of course, the big trifecta is he goes to every man's battle, she goes to restore, they go to intimacy in marriage, and the rest isn't history. They change history. I mean, a person showed me a Christmas card. I bet there were 80 people on there. They had 12 kids and then all these grandkids. And you just think about the impact of mom and dad getting their problems worked through. Let's go to our phone calls. 1-800-229-3000. It's Johnny from Colorado Springs, Colorado, listening on KGFD. Johnny, how are you today? And how in the world could we help?
So Johnny, I want to see how I could go about to get the judges' perspective. I mean, my perspective to the judges. I've been to numerous judges, and this is for to get my son to get them to realize that the household of the mother is just very not healthy. I mean, I've been to several courts, and it's always they get custody, they win custody, better interest is for them, and I'm going, and this has been going on for 4.5 years, and just not following court orders, and just frustrated. I'm like, I'm doing everything right, but it's going wrong on my part. I'm like, I don't know.
If you're doing everything right and she is not a good mom, one option is, your attorney might not be very good. I mean, that is something to think about. Another one is, where's Child Protective Services in here? Who's done the evaluation, and why don't they see what you see?
Exactly. So we went to the courts, and as far as paperwork and everything filed, I did everything right, did it on time, and we have a court order settled. And the last few weeks, it's going on for months. I get my son every other weekend. But now, and then I found out she just filed another paper saying that she wanted even more limited time. I'm like, what's going on? And I travel from this area all the way to the Loveland area or to Thorin, Colorado.
It sounds like you don't have an attorney. Is that right?
I had an attorney, but now the case moved to another area, and it just, we're going to go back to court again and just do it all over again. I have my calendars, my messages, my pictures of events and marks on, my son, and just.
Yeah, Johnny, family court is the most unpredictable, unfortunately, and the tide can just turn, and it can seem crazy. What you think is concrete evidence, often the court needs way more. In order to remove a kid from a home, it really needs to be severe and, hard evidence. One option might be to petition for more time, versus trying to take a child away, is just to increase your time and also to get a child advocate involved. There are court-appointed child advocates who are, in fact, I have a friend who is one, who are therapists, and they independently will lobby on behalf or advocate on behalf of the child in determining what is in the best interest of the child.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the thing. You think you know what you're doing when it comes to legal things in the court system. And it's like, hey, I can fly a jet, and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to fly this jet. It's going to make sense. And then you discover their thing, it's all about diesel locomotives. You thought it was one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen so many instances of when I thought things were this way,
Right.
and they had a totally different perspective, like Jill's saying. And so if
you
you
really
cannot find an attorney, I don't think it's going to get better. You need an attorney.
Yeah, you do. And you really need to take the emotion out of it and look at what is concrete. They're looking at concrete evidence. They boil everything down to money and concrete evidence.
And so can I just add one more thing, Johnny? In the time that you do have your children, make it about your connection with them and not about all of this. And you may already be doing that, but sometimes the tension is so strong that it's so frustrating that it's easy, especially depending on how old the kids are, to have conversations that are probably not what they need to be talking about. And I just want to encourage you, build those relationships, connect with them, make the time together, even in the transition from mom to you, make it the best you possibly can for them.
Yep. All right. I'm glad you called. I'm going to send you something. I think you'll like it. It is Every Man's Bible, best-selling Bible out there for men, and hope you'll read it, be part of it, and use it with your kids. And also, just because you have those kids, I'll send you this Bible study or storybook, Kirby McCook and the Jesus Chronicles, which, I mean, it's Bible study through the voice of a 12-year-old. It's a little irreverent and fun is what it is. Let's go to Amy, San Francisco, California. KFAX is the station. Hello, Amy. How are you today?
I'm okay. Thank you for taking my call.
Certainly. How could we help?
I need to know how to deal with a person at where I board my horse, who is an instructor. The management at the barn is just sort of money hungry, and they hire these instructors that don't know what they're doing because they're cheap.
And what problem has the instructor been for you?
Well, we found her spinning stories, taking stories that we have, told her about what we've done with our horse, and then like 5 minutes later turning around and telling a student, oh, I can do this with this horse. We're like, no, you can't. And that's not your story. But it's escalated, and she's lied to the management about different things. And I dealt with another lady years ago that was sort of similar, and then after I left, I found out that she stole stuff.
Well, let me see what.
We see a lot of the same things, and I don't know whether I should avoid her, be decent to her. We don't want anything bad to happen like happened with this other lady. I'm not used to dealing with people that lie and spin stories, and then now it's trying to get us in trouble.
Okay. Becky's good at lying. I mean, working with people that lie. And Becky, what do you think here is the best strategy for a situation like that?
Listen, Amy, you said something that was pretty significant. You said the management at the barn has difficulty selecting good employees. And I'm wondering if there are any other places for you to board your horse, because this wasn't just this one. This was another employee. There's a history here. And so going towards the employee.
I have been looking, and several people have moved out, but the next barns are like 45 minutes, an hour away, which the barn I go to now is a half an hour away, and I have a job, and that's, like another 2 hours.
So here's what I would be doing then, because I'm with Becky there. I would be looking at a different barn. If there's no different barn, I would be calling this person up, and I would say to this person, hey, I'm going to be over there with my horse about 5 o'clock after work. I'm going to run by Chick-fil-A. I wonder if I could pick up a sandwich for you, and we could just sit down and have a visit about horses. And I would develop a relationship with her, and the goal would be that she would see me as a person different than all the other people, and if there's any lying going on, I'd be the last person she'd want to lie to, because I've become a person. I would really try to be kind and be Christ-like to her, and see if you could influence her for the good. Now, of course, you want to be careful, not, know her. You don't want to give away personal information or things like that. Just keep it there at the place where she works and you board. But you might be the first person that's ever reached out and tried to be nice to her and be something other than just a complainer.
Yeah, actually, I did that when she first came, and then she called up and said she was in a car accident and was in the hospital with a concussion for 3 days with 4 broken ribs.
Oh, boy.
And I texted her and said, I know you're here without family. If there's anything you need, I know hospital food can be horrible. I'll come bring it to you. What do you need to help, get back on your feet at the barn? How can we help you?
Good for you.
And then this stuff comes like out of nowhere. And
Well, and Amy, has this only been happening since her accident?
Well, we're pretty sure she didn't have an accident because she's throwing Western saddles on the top of a horse. We're pretty sure that she's doing behavior that you wouldn't do with broken ribs. We've all had broken bones and a concussion. And I told her, I said, please be careful. You had a concussion. My daughter's had a concussion, and it can really cause other problems.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
But that was another story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's disconcerting for sure, Amy, to be dealing with someone that doesn't follow the same values and moral compass that you do, right? And when you don't think that way, when you're not someone who's a liar or who makes up stories, it's surprising that there are people that do. And that's perhaps part of her way of controlling situations and getting attention. It sounds like, number one, is your horse safe? Is your horse in any danger? Yeah. Because if you are worried about the care of your horse, then really you have no choice but to move your horse.
Yeah.
If not, it's like, one time I had a neighbor that flat out lied to me. And so what am I going to do? I'm not going to move. And so...
What did you do?
Well, I just realized who they were. Mm-hmm. So I realized who they were. I went out of my way after I was over being mad to do what you said, Steve, and befriend them and be friendly. And I realized that the issue that I had with them, I just needed to put aside because they weren't ever going to admit what they had done. And so I just am moving forward knowing who they are, right? And there's some people you can only go so far with in relationship.
That's true.
And it's troubling. It's like, why would you not want an honest relationship? But you know what? Some people don't.
That's right.
And so you have to accept who they are and then have the appropriate boundaries.
I use brownies as a bridge builder, and rarely has it failed. Use the the Ghirardelli double fudge, and usually people just can't resist that. He must be a nice guy if he's bringing me a brownie. Sometimes we have to be inconvenienced to be secure.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do we stay with that same old person or whatever because, well, it's just more convenient to stay with them than break up? And here, 40-minute drive to the next stable, but maybe that really is the answer. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come right back with more of New Life Live. Glad you're with us here today. Dr. Jill Hubbard and Becky Brown, Steve Arterburn here, coming off of a marriage weekend that we really saw great healing and restoration take place. We'll be back right after this.
I've been struggling with a porn addiction for the last 20 years.
In today's world, men are barraged with inappropriate content and images all day, every day. Some say that certain behaviors are just no big deal. They're just part of being a guy. But it's simply not true. It's a battleground for every man, and the opportunities to fail are everywhere. The Every Man's Battle Workshop can help.
I'm 10 years out. It's really changed my whole life with my whole family.
For over 20 years, New Life Ministries has been helping men regain their integrity and purity through their one-of-a-kind Every Man's Battle Workshop. Now the workshop is coming to Dallas March 4th to the 6th. Don't wait for him to call. To find out more, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE or go to newlife.com.
The tools that you guys gave me really has changed me essentially in every way. I'm just so much more of a man that God wanted me to be.
1-800-NEWLIFE.
Hi, this is Steve Arterburn, and for 30 years, New Life has been the most trusted name in Christian counseling.
Your ministry has saved my life.
If you struggle with emotional hurt, family or marriage problems, the pit of depression, or the pain of addictions, we can help.
I'm down 100 pounds now from what I was.
You guys are awesome. You're a blessing to America.
Our treatment programs provide clinically appropriate solutions from licensed professionals, all in a biblical framework.
I have had problems with alcohol. I think God has ordained this place to be His.
You don't have to be a prisoner of your pain. Help is available at 1-800-NEW-LIFE.
She tells me that I'm a new man, and I feel like a new man.
It worked for me, and it can work for them too.
This time it is different.
If you're ready to take the first step toward genuine spiritual and emotional healing, please call us today at 1-800-NEW-LIFE. God can open the door to a better tomorrow right now. Call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. That's 1-800-639-5433.
We'd love to hear from you. If you have a question or a comment, call toll-free 1-800-229-3000. Now back to New Life Live.
If life is taking a toll on you, call toll-free. That's kind of our motto here. Well, it is now. And if you're stuck in traffic, the other day I was talking to the WAVA people, and he said, what do you think of WAVA? Truth in traffic. All right, well, you don't have to be in D.C. to be hearing truth in traffic, but that's what we want to be. I want to do a truth in traffic podcast, just something to play while you're stuck at the traffic light or something like that. Anyway, 1-800-229-3000. And if you would like to be an emotionally intelligent person in your marriage, it will make your marriage better. Smart Love by Dr. Dave and Jan Stoop. It's a great book, and it's our gift, our way of saying thank you for supporting this ministry. We love you. We appreciate you being part of the New Life Giving family. Well, all right, 1-800-229-3000. Let's talk with B, Minneapolis, Minnesota. B, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. But you're not very convincing, okay? I'm just sharing that with you. It sounds like there might be a reason here that you are calling.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on?
So,
we want to help you.
It's been a little over a year. I've been working on 2 years. I'm a full-time college student, but I have custody of my 6 nieces and nephews who are now between the ages of 1, going to be 2 at the end of this month, and 7.
How did you end up
So-
with custody of them? Wow.
So it's been kind of like, I guess, hanging over my head since like 2016. The parents are both addicted and like we're chronically homeless, and it's been, I've been in contact with their social worker as like, in case we need a safety plan, this could happen, but they kept having more kids, and then finally a year ago, after, the addiction that both of the parents are going through and the homelessness, there was a domestic violence call, and it's not their first. It was probably like their 6th or 7th domestic situation, and both parents, one went to jail, and the mom left, and neither of them came back.
Oh, my goodness.
I waited for like 3 months, and both parents still had no job and no home, so I was like, okay, well, I have no savings. I need to apply for custody because it's really hard doing this on my own. So that's how I got custody, and they were willing to grant full custody, but because neither parent showed up for the first court, so we went back and I said, give them a chance. So we came back, and only the dad showed up, so then they gave me physical custody and the dad and mom visitation, but there's been like probably 6 visits with the mom and 1 with the dad.
Well, tell us how we could help you, because, man, you are really something else. Bless you for doing that. Wow. But how can we help?
My question is, they've been with me over a year. It was kind of like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, I was like, I really put everything in the same setup that their school had. So, like, their Montessori school teachings, and, I set the house up that way. I got them their first house, so we've been in the house now for over a year. But now it's just, like, little things. I just, like, I'm teaching them about God. The older 4 girls accepted Jesus as their Savior on their own without me coaxing them into, because I don't want it to be, I'm going to make this decision to make Auntie happy. But now it's like with the younger 2, they basically have the habits of an addict, all of them. Just staying up late and, watching bad movies. And now it's like over a year later, and it's like the younger boy, the older boy, there's 2 boys, the 1 and the 3-year-old. The 3-year-old boy, he's having a really hard time, like, hitting and touching, and I don't know, like, what's trauma and what's normal 3-year-old boy figuring out his body, and how do I handle it, like, biblically.
Well, what's the question for us then in this very difficult...
how do I parent them without being their parent? Because I don't know how long I'm going to have them. I doubt their parents are going to get their life together.
You are their parent. You are their parent. And I wouldn't get tripped up. It's amazing what you're doing.
Yes.
It's overwhelming what you're doing. And so you are doing a parent's job.
Well, and the youngest, if you've had the children a year, the youngest is 1, you said. So you've had this one since birth. Right?
Yeah.
So you are the person that is with children, who is caring for them. That's who they're bonding to.
Right. And that would be the key. That's what I was thinking, Jill, is that it's going to be very important for you to create a strong connection with them. You're talking about things, you're seeing behaviors similar to what their parents are doing. Addiction grows out of a lack of intimacy. It grows out of a lack of connection. And so right now, connecting with them, if the TV is a problem, I'd probably either remove it or, just make your job easier for you and put up some of those boundaries. But connecting with them is a very powerful thing. I think we probably need to come back after the break to finish that. But,
we will. Yeah. So hold on. Oh, my goodness. This is where a church could step in and help, and people come, babysit, mentor. Really, there are so many situations like this, and the kids feel like, well, this is where they stuck me. But I believe she really has a heart, gold, love that. We'll be back.
most of my life I've been dealing with an opiate addiction.
Why is opioid addiction quickly becoming one of our nation's biggest killers? Maybe it's because it isn't only those who are addicted who are in denial.
We did what I see so many parents do, is it can't be an addiction. There's something medically wrong.
It's impossible to solve a problem when you don't know what you're up against, and families will try to find any explanation except the one that will put them on the right path.
Alcoholism and drug addiction is a family disease. It doesn't affect just the individual.
If someone you love is abusing painkillers, know what you're up against. It's time to admit it's addiction and seek treatment. Call us today at 1-800-NEW-LIFE. We have Christ-centered partner treatment centers around the country. Call 1-800-639-5433 or visit us online at newlife.com.
We just made a decision. We will do whatever it takes.
1-800-NEW-LIFE.
I was really living a very anxiety-filled life. I turned on New Life, and the topic that day was about anxiety. And just by listening, I got relief.
You can help New Life stay on the air by joining Club New Life today. When you sign up to support us monthly through Club New Life, we'll send you the new member thank you gift of the Life Recovery Bible personal size, the 1-year Life Recovery Prayer Devotional, the New Life Journal, a New Life pen and highlighter, and a New Life zipper tote to hold it all. Plus, there are ongoing benefits like access to the Club New Life video library, the monthly Club New Life CD or download, quarterly resources, free shipping on purchased resources, and discounts on workshops. Call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. That's 1-800-639-5433. Support Club New Life, and together we can help hurting people find help and hope in life's hardest places. Call 1-800-639-5433 to join Club New Life today. We're glad you joined us for New Life Live. To be a part of the program, call 1-800-229-3000. Now back to New Life Live.
We are back, and I don't know, we might be talking to one of God's angels here, B, and I'll bet there's some moments she does feel like it. But yeah, go ahead, Jill.
Well, I'm wondering, B, you're a college student. Who else in the family is there to support you? Where are your parents? I'm assuming
it's not that I.
Go ahead.
Hello. Oh, sorry. It's not that I don't have support. This is my second to last semester. My mom helps out a lot.
Okay.
My dad has never really been in the picture, but last semester, I help out with the recovery program, Celebrate Recovery at church. And every Friday night, we were going into the kids were doing the celebration place, which is Kids CR, and I was doing Celebrate Recovery. And then we go on Wednesday nights, and we go on Sunday. And I don't know, I just spread myself thin because I barely passed the semester. I was getting mad every weekend because Celebrate Recovery goes until 9, and the kids, I got them used to going to bed at 7:30, so they were it just turned into play hour and not really
so you might need to you might need to dial it back then. There's no one of the things about parenting is there's a lot of it that you've got to do on the fly, right? It's that time isn't going to work, and I need the time to do the homework because you're not going to be in school forever. The other part is consistency for the kids is going to be really important, and it's not to knock any of the programs. They're all
it all
great.
Sounds good. But
Sometimes as parents, and I know you're not the parent, B, but you are the parent for lack of any other description. Sometimes as parents, we will spread ourselves so thin with the stuff that we think the kids need, when in reality, there may be a time where we just need to kind of, at home, we're going to connect at home. We're going to eat together. We're going to, I think it's great that you've got this Montessori connection with them. I mean, you're doing so many great things. It's okay to say no for a season for some things. Also to ask for help for a season even though your mom's helping. You all might need more help. That's a lot of children, no matter who you are.
Sometimes less is more, B. And you can't be so exhausted, right? Because being a single parent here, you really have to do some self-care. Otherwise, it comes out with the kids.
So, kind of summing this up, I think you need help in getting help. I think you need somebody to help you figure out what could the church do. Let's ask them what could I do about my schedule. Ask somebody to help you with some things that might make your schedule easier. See what is available through the court system, through everything. I mean, you just need help.
Resources.
You're doing such a
and
doing
realize
a great
too
job.
that you get a schedule in place, B, and with kids, it's constantly evolving and changing.
Right.
And you have to modify and fine tune. And they're young. Some of this work that you're wanting to do with CR will need to come later on as well.
Right.
Right. They're still in the early stages. They're still surviving what they've been through. Right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
having
And you-
security is really important for them.
And maybe ask some of the folks that you met at that program to be the help that you need, you know?
Yeah. Well, you've called us, and so I'm going to send you, oh my goodness, I'll send Take Your Life Back, Kirby McCook and the Jesus Chronicles. I'll send you a Restoration Bible. I'll send you a Life
She has
Recovery
no time
Bible
to
for
read, Steve.
teens. I mean, that's
And you've
true.
given her a whole
You have
library.
to-
But put them on
have
the
to
shelf,
give her
B,
audio book
and-
downloads.
And later on,
Yeah. Oh my
when
goodness.
you're out of school
I
and the kids
just
are
feel
older,
for you.
you can read.
And, here's the other thing. If these kids had been in a perfect situation, some things that may happen down the way might have happened anyway. And so you never want to
Yes.
beat yourself up that I didn't do enough or
Right.
anything like that. Kids aren't robots. There's no plan that protects them or prevents everything.
Right.
So
Right. We
Yeah.
should
But-
also
You-
throw in purposeful parenting too, as
we're
long
going
as
to
you've
send
given
you
so
go.
many.
purposeful parenting,
So I think
raising
that's a
great
good one.
kids, and
I
how
was
we love
thinking-
our kids. Everything that you don't
Everything
have time
we have,
to read.
we want to help.
Yeah,
I
we
was
do.
thinking,
Larry
you
is
know,
dying, Steve, right now.
She
in
is
there.
she is the queen bee. Get it? She's the queen bee.
Oh
Queen
my
bee.
gosh.
And these kids are going to tell a story someday
yeah,
that
about
their
their
aunt
queen bee.
loved them enough to sacrifice her time and
Wow.
this time of her life to help them have a family and stay together. That is pretty spectacular.
Yeah. Queen Bee, also, she is the Jesus that they are getting
Yes.
to know, because
Yes.
that's what Jesus did. He inconveniently loved us. All right. So glad she called. Man, anybody want to help her, let us know. We'll let you help her through us somehow. I don't know. Well, sometimes, Larry is in the studio. You just get these calls and you just...
Can't help
I
it.
feel
Yeah,
so
right.
helpless. I want to help that lady. I
I'm
want to
with
do
you.
something.
That's what
and
we
it's-
do. So not a problem.
She's very courageous.
Well, what do you have for us? I botched reading a really great testimony earlier. I'm not going to
I
repeat
pointed it
that.
out.
Yeah, I
Jill,
was
and
listening.
Jill's so good at that.
It was the doctor, his handwriting,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
There
It
you
wasn't
go.
Steve.
But what do you have?
Well, I
Larry,
heard
and we
I heard
can
you talking
criticize
about
that.
I heard you talking about the marriage workshop, and Erica, who's the director of our network counselor network, asked people on Sunday to tell one word that they were as they were coming into the room. What would you say about this weekend in one word? And I want to share these words because they're applicable to other workshops
really
as
cool.
well.
Yeah.
And here's about half the list: enlightening, intensive, helpful, wonderful, blessing, excellent, amazing, powerful, insightful, life-changing, encouraging. I mean, it just goes on. But I was thinking about that list, and I thought you could apply that to any of the workshops that we do.
Yeah.
And we have a workshop starting up pretty quickly on the 25th, I think it is,
Yes.
Friday. It's Restore for the women who've suffered betrayal. And Jill has a testimony I'd asked her to read.
Okay. She says, before coming to this workshop, I felt stuck, depressed, and angry. I was feeling like I don't have a life or a voice, or not sure what to do with it, or how to use it. I was considering taking drugs or something to take away the pain. This weekend has been very emotional. I was sad at first and angry that I even needed to be at the workshop, but that all changed after the first day. I started feeling hopeful, realizing that my life doesn't have to stay that way. Then I got excited about that, and that was just really awesome. I'm leaving the workshop with my heart full. Everything has changed. I feel closer to God, and I know He will see me through this.
I like that this lady said the process that she went through, the anger and the sadness, but it changed. Our culture is trying to help us believe that there's an easy button, and that we can just get things quickly and instantly.
Or that stuff shouldn't happen to us. Like,
Yeah,
she's
there
mad
you
she
go.
even had to be there.
Yeah.
Well,
right?
That's what I like about that, is her expressing what is so real. Because when you are betrayed, the person that betrayed you, they have a job to do. They've got to go get their character in order. They have to develop integrity. When you're the one that gets betrayed, you have two jobs. One is deal with and get through the pain of betrayal. And then you've got this other job, forgiving this person so that you can get on with your life. And it is not fun, and you hate the fact, I didn't ask for this, but a lot of things we don't ask for, but we have to do what we need to do. What else, Larry?
I want to ask people to please continue to support this ministry with their financial partnership through donations. We love doing these workshops. It's a front row seat to see the Holy Spirit start a work in people. And that can't happen unless you are supporting us with your gifts and donations. And Club New Life is a great way to start. It's an automatic monthly giving program. But if you want to just make a one-time gift, however small or large you want to give it, it will bless a lot of people that are coming to us in this crazy upside-down world, asking us questions and for help for things that never existed before the last couple of years. So thank you for giving, those of you who are and who have.
Amen. All right, 1-800-NEW-LIFE. If you could possibly help us, please do. 1-800-NEW-LIFE. We've got wonderful, wonderful workshops coming up. Restore is February the 25th in Orange County. Every Man's Battle, March the 4th in Dallas. March the 4th. There it is.
That's the whole
March 4th.
It's the whole weekend.
It's my anniversary. It's my anniversary.
Yes, it is.
Love that. All right. Yes, but they're there the whole weekend. 1-800-229-3000. That is the number to call if you want information or want to help us or we could help you. Join Club New Life, $30 a month. You get a Life Recovery Bible, the 1-year Life Recovery Prayer Devotional, the New Life Journal, a New Life pen with highlighter, and a zippered tote bag you'll be proud to carry to the beach. Our way of saying thank you. We'll be back after this.
My husband was involved with pornography addiction. He was unfaithful. I called the wedding off. He stepped out on the marriage and ended up having a child.
The Restore Workshop is designed for a woman dealing with a man's sexual addiction issues.
My husband is a recovering sex addict. There were strip clubs, other ladies.
If you've been affected by betrayal, an emotional or physical affair, or pornography, the Restore Workshop will equip you with support and tools to help you through.
Restore has empowered me and has given me the tools to work through my anger, work through my pain, work through my confusion, and help me realize that I am worthy.
Being here and being surrounded by people who get it has given me my power back.
The Restore Workshop is coming to Southern California February 25th to the 27th. To register or to find out more, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE or go online to newlife.com.
Thank you, Restore. You have changed my life forever.
Hi, this is Steve Arterburn, and for 30 years, New Life has been the most trusted name in Christian counseling.
I'm an addict, and I'm trying to get God in my life again.
You seem to be able to get to the crux of a problem quickly.
Our Christ-centered treatment programs can help you break free to embrace all that God has for you and your family.
I just want to thank you guys for bringing me to a relationship with Jesus.
There really is help for marital problems, depression, addictions, panic attacks, and feelings of hopelessness.
I came back with so many tools to help me prepare myself to fight this struggle and this battle that I have every day.
You can start living again today, living the life God intended for you. Help is available at 1-800-NEW-LIFE.
They did care, and they did follow up very lovingly, and it made all the difference in my life.
Call us at 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Someone who cares is waiting at the other end of the phone. God can open the door to a better tomorrow right now. Just call us at 1-800-NEW-LIFE, 1-800-639-5433.
To find out more information about New Life or to order any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Now back to New Life Live.
Yeah, we're back. And glad you're with us here, 1-800-229-3000. And how about we go over here and talk to Josh. He's calling from Colorado Springs, KGFT. Hey there, Josh. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
Excellent. What's going on in your life today?
I've been married for 2 years. The years that I've been with my wife, she has not been incarcerated. She was incarcerated about a year and a half ago, and she had went on a high-speed chase. She had got child abuse charges. She was drunk. She was on drugs, marijuana and lorazepam, and she had my daughter, and they got her with 2 counts of child abuse and all kinds of other stuff. And my question is I'm a Christian. I go to church. I'm a believer. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't do anything. I love to serve God, and my problem is I was in church, and she finally went with me the other day, and she had sat there and told me she was getting her medical marijuana card again after the pastor had talked about being sober-minded, and she didn't believe what he had said. And when she was incarcerated and stuff, she had told me she fell for a guard and so on and so forth, and I've just kind of had enough. I've stayed in it because of my little one, and I've stayed in it because it was the right thing to do in God's eyes, but I just don't know when enough is enough.
Well, it sounds like that she's been unfaithful to you, to say the least, much less all the other stuff. And so it doesn't appear she has any desire to change. Is your question, is it okay to divorce her, or what is the question?
My question is I didn't want divorce, of course, and I was sitting here. She has severe PTSD from the military, and I believe that he who the Lord sets free is free indeed, and you just have to take those steps. But I'm tired of trying to sit here and...
But what's the question? What are you wanting us to help you with?
I want to know if it is okay in God's eyes to let go.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's the right question at this point. I want to know, Josh, if you guys have done any counseling, any work at all to try. Okay, she hasn't though, and you haven't together.
Counseling, and she has also. She was in a year of intense therapy, and she's been in intense therapy through the VA as well. And I was seeing the counselor,
Josh,
and the counselor told me I should not even be in this relationship.
Okay, so Josh, has she been in rehab? I mean, she needs some major help. There's a lot going on with her.
She has been in rehab, yes, ma'am, and she wants to go back to the person.
So, and have you guys ever done any marital counseling? Anything where the two of you are with a therapist?
I have sat there and tried. She will not.
Okay, because here's where wherever the decision is that you have to make, you're going to be parenting together. And so you're going to have to be in the room together to talk with a professional about how to go forward, whether the marriage lasts or not. Your daughter or son sounds like they have been in jeopardy a few times. And I imagine you've been raising that child while she was serving her time, right?
Yes, the judge has given me custody of the child. There is a protection order against her, against the baby as well.
Quick question. Did you say that she's wanting now to go be with this other person?
No, that's what it was in the beginning. From her being incarcerated, she filed for a
guard. Well, she's not in her right mind, for sure. She's acting out all over the place. But Josh, you guys haven't been married that long, and I'm wondering, this just didn't start recently. This has been ongoing. So did you guys do drugs together in the past? Is there any drug use on your part?
No, ma'am. I'm sober. I've been sober for a very, very long time. The only thing I ever did was drank when I was younger, but that was it.
Okay. So where is she this exact moment right now? Where is she?
She is at home. She lives in Colorado Springs.
Okay. So first thing I would want to do if I was you, I would ask her, what are you willing to do today to get better? What do you think her answer to that would be?
She will refuse to do anything, and she will tell me she is better and nothing is wrong with her.
Okay. So then you have to act on that because she isn't better. Anybody that has done all the things that she's done would need a lot of help, would need treatment. You would then ask her or say, I want to clarify, you're not willing to get any help or any treatment after all of this. And if she's not, I don't think you have a choice other than to let her come to the end of herself. In other words, she needs to see that she doesn't have a roof over her head. She doesn't have your help in staying like she is and just waiting until the next horrible thing happens. In other words, being nice at this point is deadly to someone like this. But having them go ahead and experience the consequence of their choices or lack of might move her closer to finally getting help.
Right.
So I think you're really free to do what you feel best in the situation, best interest of children and you.
She has 100% disability from the military, so she believes deep down inside her heart that she doesn't need anyone and she owes nobody nothing. So
so then
financially fine. And
so then, Josh, your stance is if you're willing to get help, then there could be hope for our family. If you're not, then you're telling me you're not interested in our marriage or our family.
Right.
And then, Josh, if she's doing drugs, I mean, that's one of the things where you can get custody of your daughter.
Yeah.
I have custody of her already.
Okay, you do.
I have full custody of the baby. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then, but I would, give it some time and say, okay, you let me know when and if you're willing to get help, and I'm in a place where I'm also willing, then maybe. But if not, then I'm moving on without you.
Okay, I'm going to send you a Life Recovery Bible because we're out of time, and I hope you'll give it to her. I'm going to send you Every Man's Bible and hope that can be an encouragement to you, along with Take Your Life Back. I'll send that to you also. And I'm really sorry for what you're going through. We're going to do another program after this. It is 1-800-229-3000. If you want to join us, you can watch what we do on our YouTube channel, New Life Live YouTube channel. Every Man's Battle's coming up, and we start our Lose It for Life extensive on March the 19th.
Thanks for listening. We hope this program has helped you by giving you insights for handling the challenges you face in your life. We want you to know that we're here for you, but you also need to know that New Life Live is a listener-supported ministry. To make your donation or to get any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. That's 1-800-639-5433, or write to us at New Life Ministries, P.O. Box 1029, Lake Forest, California, 92609. Please join us again tomorrow for New Life Live.
Hi, thank you for watching New Life Live. You know, New Life Live is a Christian counseling program where we deal with the hard questions about life, relationships, kids, free choice, freedom of will, whatever. It's all right there on New Life Live every day, every weekday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. If you want to call into the live broadcast, you can find the schedule on newlife.com or click the social media link right below. You can see every episode of New Life Live on the New Life YouTube channel. Watch it with a friend, watch it later. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll never miss another episode. So if you want to listen on the go, download the app. The link is right below. And I hope if you need some information, if you want to get some help, you'll call us at 1-800-NEW-LIFE. And I'll see you next time.